empowering your life. Welcome to the Sphere. This episode is sponsored by KOG and Company. Are your unique gifts and talents changing the world? Do you desire to belong to a community of unity? Visit KOGpassion.com to learn more about the Unleash Your Dopeness movement. Looking to advertise? Join the Sphere's vast demographic reach of thousands of people all over the world. Send an email today to advertise@thesphere.tv or call us at area code 832-772-7789. Houston Housewives of Finance. For more information on increasing your cash flow, becoming your own money manager, and to schedule your complimentary personal finance strategy, contact the Houston Housewives of Finance today at 1-844-700-4463.
What's going on, everybody? It's your man, Kalen Laws. Welcome to G is for Gentlemen. You know how we do it. We love to inspire men to be gentlemen and talk about all things gentlemanly, especially gentleman culture here in 2018. You can do me a favor and follow me on all social media outlets at SenorWapo713. That's SenorGuapo 713. And I'm super excited. Shout out to my co-host, my brother from another style mother, my boy Brandon, Real B-Mont, on Instagram. He isn't able to be here. He's out being famous and stuff. So when y'all make sure y'all DM him and tell him to give you to let you have his autograph, because I'm telling you, he's famous. You're gonna see him on he's doing some really famous stuff right now. But you know, we never disappoint here at Jesus for Gentlemen. We have a phenomenal show with a phenomenal guest. I'm telling you, when you're in the presence of greatness, you know, you have to make sure, right, that you are prepared. So this was a painstakingly difficult process preparing for this show because of the person that I have next to me. She's a giant. Yeah, I said she. Fellas, listen, I know you guys like looking at my face and all that and hearing my voice, but sometimes we got to make sure that we understand and get the perspective of the ones who really count. That is the ladies, right? I know you're nodding your head. It's okay. I see you. I hear you. I feel the energy and the spirit. But I got my girl, Sherlyn Remo. What's up? How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm well. Make sure you speak into the mic for me so they can hear you. I'm super excited. Thank you for accepting the call to come in and hang out with us.
No problem. Anytime.
Yeah.
It's good to be here.
Good deal. So we start off the show asking all of our guests this because, again, we like to talk gentlemanly culture, and we use style and fashion to be the thread, you know, as we were talking off camera, to weave everything in, whether it's cooking, whether it's travel, whether it's business, family, etc. Because a gentleman is savvy in all of those aspects. But I want to get your definition. What is Sherlyn's definition of a gentleman?
Well, to me, a gentleman is somebody that's confident,
not
arrogant.
Wait, okay. So what's the difference?
Arrogance, you just have a negative outlook. You can't, you don't really hold yourself accountable. You're just like, I'm who I am. But confidence is somebody that instills in them. You can tell when they walk through the door that they're confident.
Yeah.
Somebody that, that knows that chivalry isn't dead.
Okay.
Somebody that opens the door, somebody that can take care of you, somebody that can, show you that they're the man.
Yeah, they're the man.
That's right.
Absolutely. You got to show that you the man, brother. Listen.
Exactly. Knows what he says and means what he says. You can preach all day, but your actions won't show it.
Right.
So somebody that just leads by example.
Yeah.
Yep.
Leadership.
Yep. And then the other things, the actual things. Always offering your seat, offering ladies her coat, your coat, things like that.
We literally I think it was last week or the week before, we talked about some old school gentlemanly ways that guys have forgotten, right? And that is to offering a lady your coat, right? Yep. That is, I think guys, it's not as common as it used to be, but I think
No.
guys do offer their seat up, but it bugs me. Like, listen, I was born in 1982, so I'm not, I'm 35, about to be 36 years old, but I got some old school ways, raised by old school, baby
Right.
boomers, right?
Yeah.
And it burns, it grinds my gears, it burns me when a guy doesn't offer his seat up to a woman.
No,
Like, I
yeah.
get it. Like, if you're sitting next to your wife or your children, okay, cool, maybe. But if it's just you, dude, like, get your butt up, man, and let her sit down. At least offer.
You're right, right.
You know what I'm saying? Because as a woman, and I kind of put this poll out, and a lot of the ladies were saying that if you're with your lady and you offer, they're not going to take it anyway because you're with your lady. But it's just the gesture, like, oh my God, he's a gentleman. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So we literally just had that conversation.
I mean, even something as easy as like, okay, a woman enters the room and the man gets up and just introduces himself. I don't see that a lot either.
God, no, you don't see that.
Nope.
You don't see that at all. So, guys, we need to change what we see. Please let Sherlyn know that you're okay, right? You may not be doing it now, right? But go ahead and do it here real soon, okay? So, tell us why you're here. Like, what is your journey? What has been your journey into fashion and style? Period.
So I mean, my journey is it's a little different. I mean, I grew up playing basketball, tomboy. I'm from A-Leaf, so we had to wear uniforms, and the only way to like show your fashion was through your sneakers, right?
Yeah.
So,
what's your favorite pair of sneakers?
Man, don't ask me that. There's so many.
So let me ask you this: Nike or Adidas? What do
Nike.
you prepare? Okay.
Nike, but Adidas is on the come up.
Yeah.
Yep. And
Adidas or Puma?
Adidas.
Really? That's what's
Yeah.
up. Yeah.
I used to work for Puma too. That's crazy.
Right. It probably left a bad taste in your mouth.
But no, so I didn't know how to really dress, so I started working retail to support my sneaker habit. And then when I was in retail, I will never forget. My district manager walked in and she looked at me head to toe. That up and down look, like, and then she said, "Oh no, honey, no." Like, she was just like super disappointed in what I was wearing. So from there, I was like, oh man, I got to change my style. I got to change it up. And then from there, I just started dressing up more, looking more girly, kind of accepting my body type, and trying to dress to my style and figure that out.
Yeah.
So I went from white tees to like,
cute
dresses.
I can't really. You wear white tees, yo?
I was wearing tall tees.
Stop playing.
But if you see me now, it's completely different. I wish I
Yeah,
had
'cause I
a
can't
before
even
and after
picture.
picture. Yeah,
I wish I
Throwback
had known that.
Thursday. Check my Instagram. You'll see it.
You know what? I do remember that. I do remember you did something recently. Yeah.
I had my piece and chain from Sharpstown. I was a mess. But now it's completely different. Like, I really take care of myself and try
Right.
to look presentable. So,
Yeah.
And it's because I wasn't comfortable in my skin. You have to be comfortable in your own skin.
Yeah. Especially as men, a lot of guys don't won't admit that they're uncomfortable in their own skin. You know what I'm saying?
I noticed that too.
And it's unfortunate because I think it plays into the psyche of a man, of a person, period, but especially of a man. As you dress, so shall you feel. You know what I'm saying? And it's true for anybody, man. But I'm over here. I'm bugging right now at you in tall tees because you're like 2'4". So it wasn't a tall tee. It was a long dress.
No, it was a tall tee with my little swishy pants. So
Stop playing. Yo, okay. So what do men? Well, I guess we kind of covered this a little bit, but give us dig a little deeper about what men need to know about being a gentleman, like from a woman's perspective.
I mean, there's a few things.
Why is it important?
It's just really important because it kind of like, especially when you're dating, RSVP. Some men don't even RSVP when they take their woman out. Like
that bugs me.
Like, you have to RSVP. I mean, it just shows
you
like
get
you're
to the door and they don't. You got to wait 45, 50 minutes. It's like, not okay, really, dude.
Right.
Yeah.
Women like to see the little reservation name on the table. That's pretty
okay.
cool.
Yeah.
Let's see some other things. Being punctual. I know that we take long to get ready, but just to be punctual, to know we say a time, we know how long it takes us to get ready. Be ready by that time. Now, if it takes you longer for you to get ready than me, then we have a problem.
In the mirror, primping.
Yeah. I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
So just being punctual and just all the other general things.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so you said let's in reference to dating. So let's talk dating a little bit, right? And this is the fun part. I'm ready. I'm super excited to hear about this one, right? And what kind of inspired this? I shared a video on my Facebook post, on my Facebook wall, on page rather, yesterday. About I forget what it's called. It's a new show on BET with Brother Jeff called The Man Cave or something like that.
Man Cave,
yeah,
yes.
The Man Cave, and they had Steve Harvey on. And they were talking about some of these things, my boy Billy Sorrell, shout out Billy, what up, man? Third Ward's finest.
Yep.
And for Texas Southern University, you know what it is. And so Billy was kind of being a street team, asking people different questions, right? And some of the questions that he asked were really polarizing and really, because you had different guys in the room. Steve, I think, is 62 years old. Jeff is in his late 30s, early 40s. Another brother was in his 40s. Then you had a guy that was in his 20s. So different perspectives, different understandings. So I would love to hear yours. So I know you're spoken for now. You good, right? but back when you were in the game, you were single. Would you pay on a date? And what's your stance on that?
All right. So first dates, probably not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You have to show me what you got your first date. But say a little further down the line, I can get the movie if you get the dinner kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'll be on Fandango or get my little Groupon. But no, I'm not going to be the one paying every single time.
Yeah,
no.
For sure.
If you can't pay, then you're just not ready to be in a relationship.
Whoa, that's strong. So so if you doubt on your luck, right? You're not ready to be in a relationship?
I feel like a man needs to be prepared to be in a relationship, I would say.
I agree. Yeah, for sure.
Dating is expensive.
Yes.
I'm not saying take me to Steak 48 every night, but I'm just saying dating is expensive. So you have to be ready for that.
Dating is expensive. Man, if that ain't Bible, that's like that's like the 67th book of the Bible. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But so let me ask you this. Oftentimes we see, have you ever been out with someone and you're like, how did he get her? Or how did she get him?
Right.
They don't even wow. So we make these rash judgments. We don't know the people, but sometimes we do know folks, right? We know the inner workings of different relationships, whether it's family or friends. So how long, when you look at a relationship like that, how long in general do you think a woman would date on potential? And what I mean by that is, he's got a plan, or he's on his way, or like at what point does he have to actually get there?
Well, as long as he's working towards a goal, I feel like if he's just out here bumming, not really figuring it out, and just kind of playing the PlayStation all day, every day.
So he trying to rap. He's 46 years old, and he's still trying to rap, and that's his goal. You said as long as he working, but he in the studio. Maybe he drive trucks, right? He works for Coke or something, or works for UPS. But his dream and his passion is to he's like, listen, I want to be an MC. I got to be an MC. I want to cut this record. I want to go platinum, whatever his goal is. He's 46 years old.
But are you really good though? You have to be honest with your partner. If you know like your partner is not really okay, you're not on that level. You got to be honest with him, and like maybe that's your passion, but maybe you could use your passion towards something else, maybe behind the scenes or something that you're more talented in, and then support him in that.
See, I love that because that's like the innate nurturing of a woman, right?
Right.
To say, okay, babe, on this, but you actually do have some skill in it, so let's explore it somewhere else.
Right.
That's I tell you, that's so dope to me, right? That's and we need dopeness in these relationships, you know what I'm saying, for them to thrive, and it's just necessary. And speaking of dopeness, this portion of the show is sponsored by a dope company called KOG and Company. Are your unique gifts and talents changing the world? Unleash Your Dopeness is a people empowerment movement built to encourage the masses to operate outside of their fears and have the gall to recklessly pursue their dreams and passions in life. Join thousands of others as we unlock the greatness that dwells inside, and shop dope gear at KOGpassion.com. That's KOGpassion.com, and use a coupon code DOPE with an exclamation mark for 10% off of exclusive Unleash Your Dopeness apparel. Act now. Sizes are selling out very, very quickly. So, talking to Sherlyn Remo, everyone, we're getting some dating advice from a beautiful young lady. So, another one. Is it okay in 2018 for a woman to propose to a man?
So, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Nah. No, if a man, like I said earlier, he needs to be set and prepared for what he's getting himself into. So if he is ready to get married, he will let you know.
Yeah.
There's no need for the woman to ask. I mean, in some situations, that's just my opinion, and there's some other cases where that has happened, and more power to them. But in my opinion, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know if my wife would have asked me. I don't know how I would have felt. Because I tend to agree with you 100%.
Mm-hmm.
Like, a guy knows. Like, we're the pursuers. We're the conquerors.
Exactly.
You know, I'm a big Christian. And so, you know, in the Bible, it says that he that findeth a wife findeth a good thing and obtaineth favor. So it said that the favor is that woman, right? Mm-hmm. And so if the woman is the favor, then the favor should not be doing the pursuing.
Right.
The favor should be pursued.
I mean, and the man should lead in that aspect.
Absolutely.
You know,
So,
and
I
if
mean,
he's
I
not
agree.
ready for marriage, then, you know, just... If it's been like 10 years and you're with this person still and he still has an ass.
Tell me about that eternal dating stuff. Holla at me
what?
about that. Eternal dating. Like, we just forever engaged or forever dating.
No.
10 years, 11, 12, 20. Like,
I mean, I know people that have been together for 10 years.
Yeah.
And they're
I do
just, I mean, they're not married yet, but that's because they've been together when they were young. I mean, my parents weren't married, you know, for a very long time. So, I mean, I get it. And then there's financial things that come with a wedding. But, I mean...
But the wedding is way different than the marriage.
Exactly.
You know, forget the wedding, man.
You have to be prepared for that marriage.
Yeah,
so.
real talk. I love it. I love getting the wisdom from Sherlyn Remo. Let's talk another one. Can a man... This one was a big point of contention on the show. Can a man be a stay-at-home dad?
I mean, I think so.
Think so?
Yeah.
So not work, period.
I mean, if the wife is bringing in all the bread, but I mean, some men aren't comfortable with that.
I would think most men are comfortable.
Yeah.
I think for a season, like,
Yeah.
you know, if it needed to be that way and that was the best thing for the family, but it's just hard for me to see a man be comfortable with it. I'm not saying that it's wrong, because each family has their own dynamic, right? Each family has their own business, and you got to do what works for your household. But
I mean, if he's completely doing nothing,
yeah,
and just taking care of the kids, I mean, that is a work within itself.
Yeah. You're a mom, so you know.
So
that
yeah,
it's tough.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I get it, but I mean, he has to have at least something.
Yeah, it's just hard for me to. It's very difficult for me because on one end, I think there's no greater joy than raising your kids, right? Mm-hmm. I'm a parent. You're a parent. I'm about to be a parent again. Baby, I love you. Thank you for doing this for me for the second time. But also, as somebody who's ambitious, and I'm just like, again, I was raised by old school cats. I got to get my fingers dirty doing something. You know what I'm saying? Constructive, and something that's going to show or demonstrate how hard work for my children, and something that's going to demonstrate grit and tenacity and toughness. So it's a difficult one. I don't think it's wrong, but I just think it definitely has to be in the right context.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So let's jump back into style. What is Sherlyn's preferred aesthetic for men?
Like style wise?
Yeah, like style wise. Or do you have one?
I mean, I'm up and down with it. So you could have a nice like urban wear, street style, but then I love it when a guy can flip it.
Yeah.
You know, and he'll have that one good suit, nice tailored. That look is just too clean for me.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of men don't dress like that in Houston.
And it's so unfortunate, man. It's well, first of all, it's hot here.
Yeah.
So suits are like, and I'm a suit boy. Like, I'm a church boy. I grew up in church, so I've always been in suits. And it wasn't until recently, maybe the past 5 or 6 years, that I started understanding the construction of suits and the different canvases, you know, how it's canvassed and the fabrics and stuff. So, but before then, I was like, yo, I'm a suit really when it's hot 7 months out of the year here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I agree with you. I think it's dope that people can be versatile. You know
I mean,
what I'm
you
saying?
can switch it up every now and then.
Yeah.
So, I mean, some men, I mean, it depends on the fabrics and the look, you know, and, you know, like I said, dress to your fit, dress to your style, but still you can step outside the box sometimes. Some men, they're too afraid to try something new, especially here in Houston. Like, just try it, and then your whole perspective and your confidence level will go up.
Absolutely. And maybe you're one of the brand owners that wants men to to try different things, or maybe you have a business and you need some assistance, well, this portion of the show is sponsored by The Sphere. Are you starting your business and looking for a place to advertise? Do you have a need to reach out to thousands of people across the world to build your brand or sell your product? If so, get your product placement and advertising needs handled right here at The Sphere. We offer a wide variety of content delivery platforms, including iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, YouTube, and Stitcher. Plus, we have a vast demographic reach within the U.S. as well as modern countries across this globe. Our enriched content and inspiring dialogue, coupled with your strategic ad, is surely to hit the mark every time. Now, call us today at area code 832-772-7789 or send an email over to advertise@thesphere.tv. Additionally, we want to talk to we just want to keep talking to Sherlyn here, and getting that game for sure. Getting that game. So Sherlyn, let's talk a little news. Talk a little fashion. Talk a little news here real quick. I think it's important that we make sure that the people know what's going on, right?
Yeah, you got to.
So, have you heard of this brand called Seattle? Lord. This Seattle brand called Nordstrom.
Right, yes.
Well, Nordstrom, based out of Seattle, they have closed. The Seattle-based retailer has closed deals to acquire 2 leading retail technology companies, right? Mm-hmm. And it's phenomenal. Bevy Up is one of them, and another one is Message Yes. Now, Bevy Up is a platform that allows people to really boost their digital services. But what's really dope is Message Yes is you're able to text this company and say yes if you want to purchase an item, so it automatically buys it. So I think it's really important as these retailers, because we're seeing a lot of closures and a lot of movement with a lot of big brands. Yeah, that they have to remain relevant. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And you having been in management and retail for a number of years, you understand better than anybody how what's happening with online retailers, right? Yeah,
it's nowhere close to what it used to be. Yeah. I mean, retail is now becoming more online, more hands-on. It's more technological. You go on your phone and you can purchase anything. Right. You even have your own stylist online. You have everything at your fingertips. There's no point in going to the store anymore.
Yeah, man. So I think it's important, man, because I remember a while ago, Walmart was trying to even they just acquired I never know if I'm saying it right. Bonobos or Bonobos.
I think it's Bonobos.
Bonobos. Yeah. They acquired them.
Okay.
Yeah, Walmart bought them because they're trying to get into the digital space.
No, I didn't know
further.
That. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So when you have a large retailer like Walmart, the largest store in the world, looking to diversify, I think it's important that as gentlemen, as people, period, as business owners, as business runners, as employees, that we understand the need and the necessity rather to really diversify ourselves. Another dope. We're talking about closures and talking about something else, man. Another thing that's really been interesting is there's a 125-year-old retailer company, right, called Abercrombie and Fitch. First of all, most people don't know that they've been around for 125 years. Yeah, 125-year-old company. They're about to close 60 stores around the country. Now, the fact that you can close 60 stores and still have a lot means you got a lot of stores anyway, right? Because they're a mall-based retailer now. And it started back in 2016, I believe, is what they said, that they were going to close like 40 stores in 2016. And then afterwards, they were going to close some more stores, but it got stalled off in 2017. But they said that they had these 60 stores that are going to
They're gonna close. Yeah, a lot of their leases are already up. Exactly. So they're just like, there's no point in fighting it. Just go ahead and shut it down. Mm-hmm. But I think they're gonna open more of like a showroom type aesthetic. It's not gonna be where you just walk in and shop. I think you could walk in and shop and you can purchase online. Right. Kind of like again, like Bonobos is
right. Yeah, absolutely.
Like it's just a showroom kind of feel.
Just a showroom. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think people are going to that because. Well, it is interesting for me because as a larger guy, like I'm not larger, but I'm 6'4", right? So as a taller guy, let me say it like that. As a taller guy, I have to try stuff on. Taller, I'm thinner now, but when I was a lot bigger, in terms of when I was competing and stuff in the gym all the time, I I had to try stuff on, and so I get in the mindset of that's dumb. Why would you just do a showroom? But most people that are shopping aren't 6'4", 225, 230 pounds.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying? So
yeah.
so they're kind of a little ready to wear is a little. It is what it is. A medium is a medium, and a large is a large. Where for me, or for somebody who's larger than me, some of my clients who are bigger guys, and you can speak to this. They come in thinking they need a certain size. It's like, nah, bro, not in this fit.
Yeah.
You don't.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Not in this brand. Every brand is different.
Yeah.
So don't just, zero yourself into one size and one style.
Yeah, man. So let's really, I don't know what that was. Let's really let's really dig into this one. This is one I really want to hear. We talked about it offline, maybe like last week or whatever. This is I'm not sure if you heard of this brand called Suit Supply. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you ever heard of them or not, but they just released a major the spring summer 2018 or 2019. What was it?
The 2018 spring summer collection.
Spring summer collection. Thank you, 2018, and it was so air quote controversial, right?
Yeah.
Because it was. I mean, first of all, the styling is always on point. Suit Supply, they know what they're doing. They know about the images, but it was two men kissing. It was men partying. It was very gay centric in terms of for men.
Yeah.
And there was one article on Business Insider that quoted that overnight they lost 12,000 followers because of it on Instagram. And
they knew that.
Yeah.
They knew that was coming.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's what they're known for. I don't know if you followed them back then, but they had a big controversy about the women that they posted. They had a lot of naked women.
Yeah. And they were in parties.
And then the poses that they had was very like risky.
Damn near pornographic.
Yes, very risky. I mean, Europe, that's what they like. They had like everything was out, but they wanted that. They were asking for it.
Right.
So, and they're not surprised.
No, and they're not. The CEO, I can never pronounce his name.
Foca
Dejon. Foca Dejon. Yeah. Mm-hmm. He was quoted as saying that that it was time for gay images in fashion in terms of menswear to be put out. This is long overdue. And we were talking from a marketing standpoint. Duh. Yes, you should, right?
Yeah.
Like, you're going to marginalize, arguably, the sector of men that shop the most.
Yeah. I mean, I think it was genius, but I still had clients, like, hitting me up, like, what is going on?
Yeah, man. Like I was looking at tweets and looking at Facebook posts, and they were like, yo, you lost me overnight. Like,
unfollow.
I'll unfollow. I'll never buy another Suit Supply garment. Cats were saying, are you selling clothes or are you selling homosexuality? Even some of the homosexual, some of the LGBTQIA is what it is now. Community, they were upset too, saying that they felt like this was a ploy. Some said they loved it because it showed the lifestyle, or the reality rather. Others were saying, "Well, are you trying to capitalize on the movement?" So it was very divisive and polarizing on each side.
I mean, I feel like everybody's going to have their own opinion about it, but at the end of the day, they're still going to sell. They're still going to sell because you cannot find a suit with that quality for that price point.
At that price point, right?
Whatsoever.
And you also can't find a show like this, especially when we broadcast live on Facebook. In fact, I want to talk to the folks on Facebook and ask that you subscribe to our show on all the major platforms, including iTunes, SoundCloud, Google Play, and Stitcher, and review our show in iTunes with constructive feedback. Be nice. Share this Facebook Live post and the entire show with your family and friends, and donate to our mission to bring enriched and inspiring content each and every week. You can donate at www.thesphere.tv/donate. We appreciate you guys. Mario Steven, Don Johnson, Don Paul, what up? Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Make sure you share this post with your networks and your followers, and subscribe and check us out the rest of the interview. So back to Supply. You're right. You can't, like, in half of the images that I use to illustrate for those of you who are watching on the visual platform, I pull from Suit Supply, right? Because the tailoring is perfect. The imagery is perfect. The price point is phenomenal, starting at $399, even $499, and going all the way, to a couple thousand. But a couple thousand can be a blazer in other places, right? You know what I'm saying? I've been.
I mean, there are fine Italian suits.
Yes.
Starting at like Super 110 all the way to Super 160, I believe.
Yeah.
So
yeah, absolutely.
It just really depends on what you're looking for, and you'll get what you want for the price.
I agree, man. Agreed. But so is it a case of but in terms of, I mean, they did this, but whatever, because the clothes are so dope. Kind of like the H&M thing, right? People were so pissed off about the monkey on the chest, but cats are like, but this is inexpensive stuff. It's what I can afford, so I'm gonna go to H&M regardless. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I think that people are still going to shop there because of that. I mean, see, here's the thing. It's a conservative state too.
Yeah,
so,
for sure.
I know the guys that work up at Suit Supply, and they haven't lost customers.
Right.
They're still making money. If not, they're making more money than last year. So, for a retail store to be still in the green, I mean, that's a big deal.
In this day and age, when so many cats. Speaking of H&M, they just announced that they're going to close 1,100 stores worldwide, like this year. It's crazy.
Yep.
It's crazy. 1,100 stores, but it's crazy that you can have 1,100 stores to close though,
and still be good.
And still be all right.
Yeah.
Like you got, you're doing that kind of business. It's interesting, man. But we talk about Suit Supply. Suit Supply is known for its iconic yet classic appeal, right? Rich colors, great fabrics, phenomenal design, on the spot tailoring, right? But it's more of a classic in terms of the aesthetic, more of the classic gentleman, the classic business person. Of course, they play around with some colors and with pairing and matchings and things of that nature. Pause. The Havana, anything Havana at Suit Supply, I'm in love with.
Yep.
Anything Havana gray, I don't care what it is. Like I gotta have it, right? Love the Havana gray. Anything. But Topman, which is one of the larger retailers in terms of, I don't necessarily like to call them fast fashion because their quality is a little better than like Zara and H&M, and way better than Forever 21. But it's still considered, I guess, fast fashion. The price point is a little higher, so it's kind of like in between fast fashion.
Well, I mean, the reason why they're a little bit higher, A, is the quality, and then B, apparently they're the first ones to come out with their designs before Forever 21, before H&M. So they're the reasons. They pretty much put their collection out before them, and then Forever 21, H&M, and all those other brands, they kind of mimic off of what their collection is like. So Zara is pretty much...
they steal everything.
Yeah, they're stealing everything. Everybody's
Listen,
like design.
I'm not going front. I got 2 pair of Zara, this is before I could afford them, got 2 pair of Zara brand Balmain jeans. They look just like them, right? There's no way I could get $1,100 jeans at that point. At that time, I'm still not going to pay for it.
I mean, they're just following the wave.
Yeah.
So Topman and Top Shop is like the first streetwear brand to come out with like things first before the other brands.
I didn't know that. Wow. Get me on some game then, Sherlyn. This is why we got to have the heavy hitters in here, because people talk about, Kelly, you know so much. I only know what I read or with whom I speak with, and so I appreciate the game for sure. But Topman, I subscribe to one of their blogs, to their blog rather, and they released this kind of this expose or this blog post kind of highlighting some of the trends that they saw in New York in terms of streetwear. So it's interesting because New York is like the mecca of fashion for it is the mecca of fashion for U.S. It's probably the mecca of fashion for the Western Hemisphere, honestly. It's one of the top 5 markets in the world for any aesthetic because it's so diverse. So obviously it stands to reason that you would see so much in terms of street style. Now you pause, you go back to when we were young, and in our communities growing up, street style is totally different than what it was. Yeah, back then it was urban hip hop stuff and
whatever was on whatever was on cable.
Yeah, whatever was on cable. Yeah, for sure. But whatever the rappers and all them were kind of wearing.
Right.
But now it's evolved into this whole different, such a different aesthetic that I think, in my opinion, kind of came about with the backpack movement, with the hipsters, because it's kind of a mesh of all of that, right?
Right.
And you just kind of dress how you're comfortable, and you can make it fly. But Topman, they kind of put some stuff together, and I want to kind of discuss it. So one of the trends that they found was how to add a touch of athletic design to your streetwear, and so you can have like your regular joggers, right? And first of all, not joggers, your regular sweatpants, and that aesthetic and that fit is still loose. But what they're saying, and I don't know if you paid attention to it when in the runway, even in Pitti, they're starting to put the long stripe down the leg on everything, and that's like coming everywhere. So if you look at the legs, everywhere is putting a single or a double long stripe around down the leg to kind of look like a track pant. That's what's in right now, right?
Right.
And I don't care what designer you're looking at. It could be Ovadia and Sons who was doing it. Tom Ford did it in some of his looks. He actually had some streetwear looks in his show for New York Fashion Week. Yeah, they're doing it. Yeah, that new Versace red double red tracksuit is crazy to me. They're doing it as well. So that's what you're seeing in terms of street style all over. The side stripe. Another one is the fabrics. They're adding different cuts and different fabrics to street style. Now, street style used to be just kind of
cotton, jeans,
denim.
yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
But now you're getting these really well-made textiles.
Yeah, like satin or even like a nice linen. Yeah, so many.
So many. And so when you look at the joggers, again, the silhouettes are still the same. There's some are wide. Well, first of all, the silhouettes of joggers are changing now because joggers traditionally are slimmer or even skinny. I got on a pair of skinny ones right now. But we're getting back into the looser look, right? But you're still, but the quality is made. I remember when Dockers, they sent me some the ones I'm wearing right now. They sent me some stuff last winter. And Dockers, first of all, they're not known for anything right? When athleisure rose to prominence, which it still is, these brands kind of follow suit. And so Dockers sent me a bunch of stuff, and when I put these on, I was like, yo, this feels like literally the stuff I wore in college when I was running track. Like, they totally changed from the typical just the cotton and that they had. Even some of their chinos are the cuts are different and the playing with fabric. So I really can appreciate that.
Yeah, it's like tailored a little bit more or stretchy. It could just be just a little bit more comfortable, sleek look. Agreed.
It's definitely like the stretchy part of it. I love being a former track athlete. I got larger thighs, so it's uncomfortable sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Right. So but I still want that smooth, svelte, sleek look. And so the stretchiness is like so needed.
Yeah, you gotta have stretch.
I gotta have it. I literally have to have it, even in my denim. Another one is color combos. So street style again came from grunge, and even when you look at when high end street style just blew up in Europe, right? It just blew up with brands like Lanvin, like Balmain. You see what I'm saying? Givenchy. Well, they kind of came a little later, but even still, it was more darker colors, the blacks and the whites and the grays, because they kept it kind of how Europe looks,
right?
You know, in the winter, it's kind of dark, it's kind of gray. But what you're seeing now with these designers are these loud, bright colors, and I'm so here for it.
Yeah,
I'm here for it all.
I mean, it's a nice statement. It's a nice statement piece to have in your closet, just to have that. I mean, I know out here it's like, should I wear that color? Should I wear this? Should I wear that? But sometimes you just gotta take that leap and just do it.
You got to,
you know.
You definitely have to take that leap. I'm telling you. And it's not as expensive as people think it is. Again, you have retailers. I mean, Topman can for some people get expensive. But you have your Zara's and you have your H&M's, you have your Urban Outfitters, and you have your smaller chain stores that have quality. Like Urban Outfitters carries Levi's. Kidding me? Right. You know what I'm saying? But in any event that you need some help with your financial picture, this portion of the show is sponsored by the Houston Housewives of Finance. Did you know that only 4 states in the U.S. offer financial education? 33% or more than 77 million Americans don't pay their bills on time. And 39% of Americans carry credit card debt from month to month. And 39% of adults say they don't have enough savings. Don't become one of these statistics. Let Houston Housewives of Finance advise you on increasing your cash flow and becoming your own money manager by scheduling your complimentary personal financial strategy today. Contact Houston Housewives of Finance at 1-844-700-4463 or email us at info at HoustonHousewivesOfFinance.com and ask how you can participate in a complimentary financial literacy workshop near you. Houston Housewives of Finance are the new faces of the new age of financial services. It's important that you get your financial picture and house in order. As gentlemen, listen, you heard what Sherlyn said. She said it is expensive to date. It's
yes,
expensive to be in a relationship.
You got to have your finances ordered.
So we need you to get your corner
What's
right.
your credit score?
Ooh, you see, some personal nosy. You're being nosy right now. Really, you are. Let's talk. Let's go back to Topman though. So the last thing that they talked about that I love was to add, and I think you can definitely speak to this even better than I can, given your background, to add tailoring pieces to the streetwear look. So streetwear look is about being comfortable. It's about being loose. It's about being, functional, right? Mm-hmm. But if you add a tailored jacket with it, something really simple, a tailored pea coat in the winter or in the fall, a nice, tailored cardigan or you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, you can have that oversized look, but you could still layer it with a nice little tailored piece.
Agreed.
I mean, you don't have to have it just oversized right. Everywhere. I think a lot of people, you can mix and match. It could be oversized top and then like a slim bottom. It just really depends on what look you're trying to go for.
Right.
So
but I agree with you. But that tailoring piece, man, it gives it a new flair.
Yeah.
It gives it a new look. It makes you stand out because I think that pretty much every guy wants to at least look neat. Every guy isn't into fashion, right? Or into style. But we want to be distinguished and distinguish ourselves as well. You see what I'm saying? And tailoring it, really is a great option. I'm telling you, man. Listen to me and look at me. I'm serious. Wear these. Put your joggers on. Put your and then like Sherlyn said, layer it with a dope blazer that's form fitting, not necessarily form fitting, but that's either tailored right or even your slacks, crop them a little bit, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're not your slacks, your chinos, crop them a bit to make sure that they're
But see, I see a lot of guys like have the misconception that if it's tailored, that they won't fit it, and that's, I mean, even if you're a bigger guy, you can still get a tailored suit and fit it and not be uncomfortable and still look clean.
I ask my clients this, especially. There was a season where I was getting a lot of plus size guys, a lot of big guys, 52 jackets.
Yeah,
and
we were football state.
Yeah, right. Big old dudes, man. And I would always ask them, they're like, yo, I can't wear that. I'm like, there's a difference between it not fitting and being tailored correctly. You're just not used to it fitting properly. You see what I'm saying? That's what the issue is. You're used to it not being able, well, I can't move. Yes, you can. Let me go and put this on and walk down the street. Walk in and out of this dressing room. Oh, exactly, bro.
Well, they didn't even know where to put their pants up. They'll have it sagging most of the time.
Exactly.
And I'm like, no, pull your pants up.
Right, on your true waist.
Yeah,
right.
exactly. And then it'll fit you the way it's supposed to fit.
And it'll be comfortable. You still have the full range of movement, etc. You're right, man. You're 100% right. So this is just for gentlemen. We're talking gentlemanly things, and I like to go through different lists, kind of giving people some game about, I think, what they should and should not know, right? And so I want to talk about 7 different, I think, must-haves or things that I think all gentlemen who are subscribed to style should know. And this is more on the classic end, right? And the number one thing I believe is imperative is a half Windsor knot. Knowing how to tie a half Windsor knot. It's the simplest knot. It's the knot that fits most necks, right? Whether it doesn't matter what size tie, what kind. If you have one, if you have a super skinny tie or a regular tie. That's what, 3 1/4 or
two and a half.
Yeah, 2.5. Yeah, inches wide. It's the simple upside down triangle, right? I mean, it's simple. If you don't know how to tie it, it's really simple. Go to YouTube. They got 6 gazillion videos out there to show you a million different ways how to tie it, but you have to know how to tie the half Windsor or the Windsor knot. I typically tie the Windsor, the half Windsor, or the 4-in-hand knots, just depending upon the kind of shirt. But again, whether you're wearing a cutaway shirt, whether you're wearing a club collar shirt, it doesn't matter. The half Windsor knot will work, and it's definitely something that needs to be seen by all gentlemen. Another one that is within the knot, and if we can put that back up, Terry, is the perfect dimple. Like just like a sister or a lady is, when she smiles, it's really cute that you see her dimples. It looks really, really nice when that tie has that perfect dimple.
Yep.
It provides symmetry, right? Mm-hmm. And then it even makes the design, depending upon the design, it can make, once at that pinch, it can make the design pop a little more because it makes it move a little differently.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Cleaner.
It's cleaner, a lot cleaner. Another one, and this one is kind of, I just said it's the Parisian tie of the neck scarf, and the Parisian tie is the kind where you loop it over one side and you put the open end through the loop. It's really simple, but a lot of guys, the reason I picked the Parisian one is because it just adds a different level of flair to whatever look. It don't matter if you're wearing a blazer. It don't matter if you're wearing a t-shirt, like a cardigan.
A cardigan, nice sweater.
A nice sweater. Because it looks like a tie. Mm-hmm. It almost looks like an ascot, just a really, really thick ascot, depending upon. And it can be worn that way. I actually have done that before with like some of my silk scarves. Tied it, because you can't really tie a silk scarf like an ascot and it look right. So you do a Parisian knot, and it sits on the neck. And open it up down a little bit. You see what I'm saying? And it'll fit right perfectly. I love this brother. His style is phenomenal. Do that.
It's a nice clean look.
Yeah.
See, we need more men to dress like that in Houston.
Listen.
I mean, I know it's hot, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, but it can be done. Maybe not the scarf, but it can be done. For sure, it can be done.
Definitely.
For sure, it can be done. Another thing that guys need to know how to do. It's a pet peeve of mine. Simple. You would think that people would know. I'm from Dallas, Texas, so we do this too much. Iron. Like, so I'm from the age of Stay Flow and starch jeans and starchy archies. You know what I'm saying? Like,
throw it in the dryer.
Yeah, throw it in. No,
some people just throw it in the dryer and then
like, why?
Throw it in the dryer and then some men don't. It baffles me. Like, it takes 10 minutes to iron. Now it may take long, and specifically ironing a dress shirt. There's a fine way to iron a dress shirt because of the pleats and because of the creases and the seams and stuff. You got to know how to iron the shoulder versus how to iron, the different parts of the shirt, right? But again, if you don't know how to iron, just ask your grandmother, number one, or your mom. I guarantee they know how to. They can show you how to iron. Yep.
I got a buddy whose wife irons all his stuff because he doesn't know, and this dude is 36 years old.
I mean, there's some men out there like that.
I be running punches through in the face. Like, how you 36 years old and don't know how to iron, man? Like I don't get it.
I mean, some men, they just haven't been taught.
But
I mean, you can learn anything on YouTube nowadays. Like, just go on YouTube and figure it out.
Thank you. Please say it again so they can hear you. Please say it again.
Go on YouTube and figure it out.
Another thing that guys need to know how to do, and this bugs me, is a proper sleeve roll. I can't stand when the sleeve is rolled.
And then the ends of the sleeve is just popped out.
It's popped out.
Yeah, no.
Like if your arm is that big, you just don't need to roll the sleeve.
Just leave it alone.
Leave it alone, bro. Just leave it down. I'm sorry, it's hot. Well, wear another shirt. If you gain some weight, hey, give it to Goodwill. Somebody could use it, right? Mm-hmm. But there's a proper way to like. Don't let the. Yeah, it's just when it's all messy and
the buttons popping out.
The buttons. Like, don't learn how to roll your sleeve up, man. Because it's something as simple as a sleeve roll could actually change the whole trajectory and look of an outfit. Yeah, completely. Even with a jacket or a blazer, right? Just rolling the sleeves up really would make it a lot more playful and fun. Take the seriousness out of it. It definitely can work.
What do you do? Do you roll your sleeves up like before you put your shirt on, or you just roll it up while you have?
I roll it while I have it on. Because if I roll it before I got big hands. I ain't gonna be able to get it. If I roll it up too far, I ain't gonna be able to get it and get my hand.
You should do the cuff roll, or do you scrunch it?
I do the cuff. I don't do the scrunch because
it looks messy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do the scrunch with like a track jacket. Yeah. Something that is a little bit more, but like just my shirts, my button downs, I'm not gonna do it.
Iron and then cuff.
Don't
cuff and then iron.
Yeah. Because don't. Why would you even do that?
I don't know.
Yeah, like I don't know. People do that.
Some people roll it before they put their shirt on. Iron the cuff on the. It just doesn't.
Yeah, no. I don't mind the slight wrinkles in the cuff, I think that gives it character. Because it's rolled up. It's not, you're not looking to be the most polished in terms of how your look is at that point. You're looking to be relaxed and to be a little bit more. You see what I'm saying? So I don't mind that. I'm not a fan of rolled up, unless you're at like some kind of period event. I'm not a fan of rolled up button ups, roll up poplins or broadcloths or Oxfords shirts with ties. It's kind of like super 50s to me. You see what I'm saying? Like if you're going to a sock hop and it's something like fly like that, yeah, cool. But like I'm not a fan of that. But there are some guys who really do pull it off well. Another thing that I love that I think is important is the proper sleeve length. Like I have long arms, 6'4", but my arms are like for like a 6'9" guy. You see what I'm saying? I'm a 37, almost 38 length. Yeah. So I have to make sure that the arm of my shirt and my jacket are proper, right? And what's the determining factor? Really, wherever you sit your watch, which should be right below your wrist bone, the good eyeball test is to make sure that the shirt is in the middle of the watch face. That's kind of the good eyeball test. If you put your arms straight down, you relax your shoulders, and then you have your watch on. For those guys who wear watches, I think every man should wear a watch. If the shirt cuff, the sleeve cuff rather, goes to the middle of the face, you're okay. Yeah, you're okay.
So they say your jacket is supposed to hit where your wrist bone is, and then the shirt is about half an inch showing. So that when your arm is like bent or whatever, you're moving around, your shirt and your jacket will hit where your watch is.
Exactly. And another reason they want what I was reading is that want the shirt to be a little longer. Is not just for this, but a key reason is for the cufflinks. Yes. So that they can be seen. Right.
And then one of my pet peeves is if you have functioning buttonholes within your jacket and you just have it all the way buttoned, that just bugs me. Oh my gosh. It irks me. Like unbutton
the first one. Yeah. Please unbutton.
I mean, if they're not functional, then okay.
Right.
But if you have functioning buttonholes, use them. Right. It shows a different quality of your suit.
It does.
Or jacket.
I mean, absolutely. You know, even with like, just I can't stand, and I don't even know what this part is called, the shirt, the sleeve placket or something. I don't know. I hate when that's not buttoned. Like I just button everything. Yeah. So it can look nice. And lastly, and this is probably my biggest pet peeve before we get out of here, is I hate. Please, guys. Oh my God, I'm begging you. Please look at me. Look right here. I'm begging you. Please have the proper break on your pants. like the proper break is for it to sit right on the top of the upper, right? All of this fabric bunched up at the bottom where it looks like you got 4 more inches of fabric below. It's just not correct. I'll take a quarter break. Go Google a quarter break. I'm really not a fan of a half break. Some guys they're like quarter break is not enough. Okay, cool. But I think a quarter break or no break is perfect. I like cropped as well on certain body types. Not every man I think can pull off a crop pant. And I think you only crop to a certain degree. I ain't trying to wear capris. Right. You know what I'm saying? But having the proper break just because what it does is it streamlines you. When you have a lot of break at your ankle, it makes you look shorter.
Well, in professional settings, they have the full break. And a lot of the older guys in a professional setting would look at them crazy, like lawyers and things like that. I had a lot of clients that would tell me, no, give me a full break because my boss would kill me if I had a half break. And they're adjustable. Yeah. So anytime you say you move on and you can get that taken up, you can. Just leave the fabric on the inside and then change it. But half breaks are good. No break at all is good. But if you do a no break and you get it tailored, make sure they don't take it in too much.
Absolutely.
Because then you won't get your foot through.
You won't get your foot through. And that has happened to me. Yeah. One trying to go to a bootleg tailor, trying to cut some corners, and I call him my tailor that knows me. So I knew he wasn't going to be able to get it to me in time. Went out to Sharpstown. The dude was like, I've used him before. He was like, yeah, I can get to you in 3 hours. I should have known at that point. He got it to me in 3 hours, but I couldn't even put it over my foot. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it was one of those things. It was interesting. That's a great point. And I didn't know that. I didn't know that some of the guys in corporate. I've never really been in corporate America.
Yeah,
I've always been.
It should. If you're in corporate America, your brake should hit at least halfway of your shoe. So if it's right there at the halfway mark of your shoe, you're good. And you want to just have one brake at that top, one scrunch.
Yeah.
Now, if you have all this fabric there, just cut it off.
Right.
I don't know.
Right. Yeah,
what are you doing?
So half brake is always safe in corporate.
Yeah.
See, I've been taught something again. This is why you got to have the experts on the show. You the man that thinks he knows everything knows nothing. Right.
Exactly.
And so I got to get the right people on. And so there are two brands before we go. I want to have people to watch, man. I don't know if you've heard of these brands to watch. And that's LBM, right? This is a high-end Italian menswear brand. But even though they're high-end, they're kind of on the same level as a Canali.
Okay.
Right. So it's but I love the classic tailoring that they provide on everything. Like even on the one of the things that they're known for is their peacoats, and their peacoats, the bodice actually sits up a little higher than most, and even the armhole sits a little higher, so it's more of a modern fit for a peacoat. That's what I love about them. Great, rich textiles. Like I said, comparable to a Canali, or maybe even a Bruno Cucinelli. I just love them. And then another one, the next one is a phenomenal footwear brand that I just recently ran into, and they're called Freeman Platt. Freeman Platt. Now, Freeman Platt, the silhouettes of their shoes or their runners and their trainers are like nothing I've ever seen before. So go to Instagram and find Freeman Platt. And when you look at their runners, they call them quarter runners. So it looks kind of like it's actual trainer that has the upper is similar to that of a slipper.
Of a loafer.
Yeah, of a loafer or a slipper, right.
Or Oxford even.
Or even, exactly. But then they have these brogue, if you scroll back up, Terry, go back up to the top. The second shoe, they have that brogue chuka. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? With the serrated, I love everything about it. The silhouette is totally different. Never seen anything like that. And they're affordable, $385. I think they start at $199. So for a good shoe, generally speaking, the rule of thumb is for shoes, it's not always with suiting and shirts that the higher the price, the better the quality. But with shoes, because of the construction and because of the construction and the different welts that are made with the shoes, you generally do pay for what you get. Yeah. With shoes, the more you pay for it, it's really a reason, because the leathers oftentimes are higher quality. And so I haven't really tested this company out yet. I'm trying to find and see if I might order a pair to see how they feel and how they work. But just a design for me, but when you look at it, it's a Goodyear welt. It's a Goodyear welt right there. So that's the best kind of welt that you can have. Yeah,
you can resole that about a good 3 or 4 times.
Exactly. Yeah.
And then, did you know, like with a Goodyear welt, if the stitching breaks off, they all lock together and they stay on.
They stay on.
So that's,
exactly.
I love those shoes.
Yeah. So I mean, listen, check out Freeman Platt. Make sure you follow Sherlyn Remo at _S.Remo_, right?
Yeah, SDOT Remo _.
So give me any last words about men's style before we go. I held you way longer than I was meant to.
No, you're fine. Just step out the box, keep it clean and keep it tailored, look nice, and you'll be good to go.
And remember, dating is expensive, so you gotta have your coin right, according to Sherlyn Remo. I didn't say that. That was what Sherlyn said. Make sure you tune in to us every time you can. Thank you for tuning in. Remember, you can keep it gentlemanly or you can keep it gangster, but you always have to keep it G. We'll see you next time.